Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I thought we'd kickstart that swear word, Christmas, because I just feel like it. I've been colouring a page in a Creative Heaven book and really enjoying it. So I thought instead of going full-blown Christmassy, because that might annoy some people, we'd go very wintry. So I've got the beautiful My Winter Walk by the incredible Rita Berman. I haven't done too many in here. Last Christmas I did this double page spread, but I didn't do it on camera unfortunately, and I love how it turned out. I'm really pleased with that. I haven't done too many. I copied a zucchini kitty picture, which was a disaster. I hate it. Hers was beautiful, mine wasn't. And then I did, have I done any others? I think that's pretty much it in here. Yeah, so it's a poor neglected little book, but so beautiful. So I thought we could, so it wasn't so Christmassy, we could have a go at this woodpecker. Now before you say anything, last Christmas, again off camera, I don't know what I was doing, I should have done these on camera with you, but I did a picture in Escape to Christmas Past by Good Wives and Warriors, and I love it how it turned out. And I did the partridges in a pear tree, and I love the colour combination. It's just stunning. So this was done with Black Widow pencils. I've just checked in my colouring diary, and a black Posca pen for the background. So I'm going to use these colours, and we're going to do that on our woodpecker. And I just thought it would look incredible. So I hope you'll enjoy it and colour along with me, because we all love a little bit of Rita, and who better than to kickstart our wintry season, our holiday season, our Christmas season colouring, whatever your thoughts and beliefs are, with our incredible Rita. So I am going to take my Posca pens in black. I've got an array of sizes here. I try not to use this one too much because it does have a bit of a sheen. This is an 8mm. It's huge nib, but it does cut down the work. And what I'm going to do is fill in the entire... Right, it's just as well I'm going to, isn't it, with those splats now on my page. One of the pens must be leaking. I'm going to fill in the entire background, and I'm colouring over the snowflakes. We're going to do our own snow. Now, I don't know how that will be, whether it will just be white Posca dots, or I might, you know, see if I can come up with some technique or something to stick on the page. I don't know. But before I change my mind, actually, I'm going to go in with the big one, the big Bertha one. Yeah, goodbye. It's so drastic, isn't it? It's so drastic, but I'll go over that so that I don't have that sheen. But it saves the other Posca pens. I know, it's so horrible. Goodbye. Goodbye, white, beautiful page. Look what I've done, folks. Look what I've done. She's had a meltdown and ruined a page. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to take a, if I've got one, yeah I have. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper to protect my other images, and I am going to go off camera and fix my black meltdown, and then I'm going to come back when that's dry and we can start our beautiful colouring together. Alright my lovely friends, I'll see you shortly. Right, so I have finished the Posca, and it's curled a little bit, and that's probably because I used my heat gun. There is a few streaks on there, but when we get, that's because the light's shining on it, when you look at it without the light it's nice and flat. But when we get our colouring on there, that will all disappear. So I think I've selected very similar colours. The only thing that I'm a bit gutted about is trying to fit in this pear colour. And I don't know where I'd do that. Maybe I could do it in the pine leaves. I don't know. We might not be able to put that in. But I think I've got similar colours. They're not exactly the same, because like a buffoon, I didn't write them down. I wish I had. But it's just one of those pages that you do that just turns out, and then you look back and you really love it. So it's no good wishing I had, because I haven't. So what my plan is, I think, is we're going to have blue and brown wing, gold chest, blue on the head and a little bit of gold on the head. These feathers will be that blue colour as well, and then gold. We'll fit it in, we'll do it, she says. If you're seeing this video, it means it worked. So I haven't used the Black Widows for a while, and I do love them. They do work really nicely in Rita's books. They were, excuse the sound of the pencil sharpener, they were the pencils that I always went to for Rita's books. Not so much now, but they have such a beautiful selection of colours that it's worth cracking them out, you know. Okay, so from dark to light I have Aztec Gold from the Monarch range, Mango from the Monarch range, and Light Yellow from the Cobra range. Now I might put in a bit of cream, I'm not sure, we'll see how this goes. So what I think I might do is this little section here, I'll bring you in so you can see. Before we commit, I might do, sorry about the camera shake, being too heavy-handed there. I might do this little section here. So I'm going to do like big plumes of blue feathers so that it stands out. So around here, I'm ignoring the shapes. I'm just colouring straight over them. So around here I'm putting that Aztec Gold, which is a gorgeous colour. I'm just doing it gently. With the Black Widows, although they're wax and lovely, they do respond better to gentle layering. So that was the Aztec Gold. Now I'm going to go over that with the Mango and bring that down. And then we're going to put in a little bit of this light yellow from the Cobra set. And then we'll go back in and deepen up that Aztec Gold. Just that really bring out that mango and yellow then. Like that. Back in with our mango. There we go. And then our yellow. Now, I think with well, I know because from this book that, like I say, it's not exactly the same colours but very, very similar. I know this is going to go really well together. So the next lot of colours is the blues, which I want to put on the top of his head and these feathers. So I have got, at the moment, I might add a darker one, but at the moment from darkest to lightest I have got, let me get these right for you, I've got Blue Horizon, which is a scorpion. I've got Forget Me Not, which is a Black Widow. I've got Denim, which is a Monarch. And I've got a very stubby... Ooh, what colour is that? I think it's Sky. I've used this one so much, it's lovely. Yeah, Sky from the Monarch range. Absolutely stunning set of pencils, the Monarchs. My favourite set, I think. I'm just sharpening again. I do apologise. Should have done this before I came back on camera, but I was so excited to get Christmas colouring underway with you. And yeah. And I saw this picture and I thought, oh, I did a page last Christmas that I loved the colour scheme of. Maybe I could do that on camera. So, and then if you wanted to, you could perhaps recreate that if you have escaped Christmas past. It's, yeah, a bit of Posca over it, and there you go. Right, we're going in. Let's do this. So I'm going in with the Blue Horizon, which is our darkest. And I'm going to follow this line. This is our darkest at the moment. I do have another colour in case we need it. And any details I would be tempted to go back over and fill in with Posca or a paint pen. Artex have sent me a beautiful array of new products, but I'm not allowed to put them up on video until the 1st of December when they've restocked all their products. I'm very, very excited to use them and to show you. So I can't use them at the moment. Well, I can't on camera. I could off camera, but it always makes me feel like I'm cheating if I use products before I share them with you. So this was the Blue Horizon, I do believe. No, Forget Me Not. And then this one is Denim. I don't know where I got Blue Horizon from. We're not even using it. Denim. Go over the whole thing. And then I love this colour, the Sky. It's absolutely stunning colour. It's not blue, it's not green. It's an incredible colour. It's a very unique to the Monarchs, very unique colour entirely. Okay, now because it's his head, we might get away with it. So let's just try this very dark blue, which is Storm Blue in the Monarch range. So we'll just put a little bit of Storm Blue in there. See, next door's dog's out to say hello. He likes to chops off as soon as I start a video. I have got the editing function, but it depends. I've got the little fella staying tonight, so the grandson. So it depends on how much time I've got for editing. And he's staying tonight without his daddy. So he did last week, but Daddy came and then Daddy went home just to give my son a bit of space, really, because he's a single parent and it's tough. It's really tough, especially when you're raising a child with autism. So yes, I've got the little fella, just me and the husband tonight, so that'll be interesting. It'll be the first time that he's come completely without his daddy. Yeah, so I like that. I think it needed that, just that little bit of dark there. And then we've got, what did I sort out? What colours? I've got a brown. We've got to put a brown in somewhere. Then we've got the tree colour. They're pen nibs, don't need those. Right, so we're going to go in with these plumes of blue now. So I'm going to put that blue in there for this one. I've gone over there. Let's do that. And I'm just going to take one at a time. So I'm working down the list from that very dark blue to our lightest blue. That one, and then our lightest one's coming in now. Yeah, I think he's going to look stunning. Okay. So that's one, like, feather curl done. It's good fun actually fitting them in, trying to work out where the colours are going to go. In that little bit there, and maybe round there, I don't know. But definitely in this little bit, I'm going to put the gold in. So the Aztec gold. This will separate that the blue plumes out. Aztec gold, and then down our colours. I might have to put each set of colours on the screen and leave them up, mightn't I? Because I'm going to be chopping and changing quite a lot. Excuse me. Okay. Then I want, these are going to be blue, but it's how I'm going to do the plume. So here I've done this edge lightest, so maybe we should work from light to dark out here. So if I do the light there, let's try, we can always erase it if we don't like it. And then start filling in with our darker colours. That might help us sort of keep this pattern going. It seems to work, doesn't it? Right, we'll come around here with, this is the Blue Horizon. So if I bring that down here, and then I think that's as dark as we need to go. Then back with Forget-Me-Not, a little bit of Forget-Me-Not, and then fill in with the pale again, our two palest colours. Yeah, I think that works. Just sort of play about with those colours so that they're not all in fixed positions, and then we'll do the same. I'm just going to colour over that. I'm faffing, folks, I know. But if I don't, I'll forget, and then I don't go back and do it, and then I'll forget bits. Okay. We could have that bit as gold. Let's do that bit as gold. So Aztec gold there, and then come in with the colour, the other colours. Oh, my phone's ringing now. Let me see if it's anybody I need to answer. Yes, give me 1 second. Sorry, it's my son. Just checking everything was okay. He's panicking that, you know what they're like. Okay, I wonder if we separate these little plumes out now and put gold in there. Ooh, let's do that. So, let's go Aztec gold at the bottom here. Yeah, that'll look good. That kind of makes sense to me. Aztec gold round there. Then we'll go in with our, what's the next colour? Mango. And then the light yellow. Put that in. Okay, let's go back over it and deepen that up. Okay. Like I say, we can put detail in with Posca, but I just think it's so much fun. I need to do Joanna's new book like this. I want to colour the 3 Dachshund dogs, the sausage dogs, and it put me off because it had got all the drawings inside, but I just need to forget about those and then, you know, just get on with it really. Right, let's do these plumes now. So Storm Blue I'm going to do at the base here of each of them, just a little bit. And then we're going to work our way up the colours. So we've got a little bit of Storm Blue. Now we've got Blue Horizon. I know they'll be on screen, but I don't know. I just like to reinforce it by saying the colours again. There we go. And then a little bit of Forget-Me-Not. Another gorgeous colour. Absolutely stunning colour. There we are. And then our 2 pale colours. So Denim. We'll bring that round. Like that. And because they're all swirly like this, you can change up your colouring so that it doesn't look so samey. And then a little bit of sky. How about that? He's going to look magnificent, I do believe. Right, then I've got some browns. I know, we have to have a bit of drab, a little bit of drab, folks. So I'm sharpening these again. So this is my Dial 133, if you're wondering what is making the racket. I did have a beautiful electric sharpener that Kevin brought me, but it broke. I don't know what happened to it. It just stopped working one day. I think I'd flogged it to death. So I think I'm going to have a little bit of brown in here. to separate this, the body and the wing out. So I've got mud from the skin range. Then I've got, oh, which one is which? Which is darker? That one or that one? Okay. So I've got mud, then I've got light mocha from the skin dark tones, this is, and then I've got fawn from the monarch range. So I'm just thinking about how I do that. I think so. I think if we go up to this bit to start with, let's try that. Actually, no, I'm stuck. I'm stuck, folks, I'm stuck. Right, I'm going to do this little bit here. Right, so I'm going to go in with mud, and we're going to go round all our feather plumes. Like this. We do have to have some bird brown in it. I'm going to come down to those feathers there. Then I can make a decision from there. I'm making a real mess. Look, I'm going over lots and lots of bits that shouldn't be coloured. Okay, then light mocha. We'll backtrack and then bring that light mocha out. Gorgeous, gorgeous tones. I mean, the only other set really that I'm thinking of that has these gorgeous, subtle earth tones in, like this array of them, is, to be honest, is Crayola, like Colours of the World. To have this many choices, I mean, there's lots of sets with beautiful colours in, but to have this many choices, and then, sorry, this is fawn. Okay, let's go back over that now. So, mud is very dark, so I'm going to have to help that blend out by just tickling the page, barely touching it, just to help that blend out, like that. I'll just take any harshness out of it. Then I'm going to go back in with my light mocha. And then our fawn. Isn't that cute? It's beginning to come together, look at that. And that brown actually really pushes out those colours. I think it's just going to be stunning. So I might... I have to work out how where I'm going to have the colours. So it would make sense that I carried on those blues, wouldn't it? And then maybe we can have gold down there if I can erase the bit that we could have, well, we could have, I don't know. Maybe we could change those then, because it would be good to have blue there. I might carry on this brown down here. Then we can put, yeah, let's do that. Stop faffing. I'm going to carry on the brown down his body. And like I say, we can always put detail in with pens afterwards. So let's do his the breast and his body in this brown tone. Like this. Light mocha, yeah. Light mocha. I'm somehow going to have to leave these on the screen, otherwise trying to edit these is going to be nightmare. Backwards and forwards to different colours. Or I could just put them up once and then you could go backwards, or you could just write them down as you go. Okay, let's help that blend out that mud I know it's much darker than the others, but I wanted that the colour of it. There's a lot of browns in the Black Widow sets, but a lot of them have that really red undertone, and I wanted the true browns to go into these beige colours. There, I like it. Yeah, I think that was a good choice. Otherwise he may have been a little overwhelming. And then what we can do is break some of these up with the browns as well. So I think now, to break up the gold and the brown, I reckon if we put the blue in these feathers, I think would work. I mean, you don't have to, you've got the colour combinations, you can see, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's start with this big one. I'm going to take our darkest blue from the top and bring that down this edge. Here, because it's underneath that feather. There. Then our next blue. And the more of these darker colours in there, the more vibrant they're going to get. So you can play with this combination. So you can have a deeper, richer blue and less of the light, or you can knock out some of the dark colours and have the lighter tones in there. It's completely up to us. But either way, I think, just get that line in, I think it's going to be beautiful. That with our dark. Go back over with our next one. So I'm playing with the a lot of the darker tones before we go to the lighter ones now. I'm just leaving a little space for those lighter colours. Let's see what happens with that. What do you think, folks? That sky over the top of those really pops those colours. It really makes it sort of glow. It's gorgeous. I'm being very slap-handed today. But yeah, I think that's going to be lovely. So blue there, and I reckon we'll do this bit blue. I don't know. See, it's just all about, I don't know. We've just got to play. We could make these bits gold now. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to get my... Where's that mud gone? I'm going to tidy this bit up. It's too hard, folks. You'd have thought with a 3-colour combination that it would be easy to just slap the colours in, but oh, you know, I don't know. Nobody's going to even know whether I planned it that way or not, are they, if I carry on? Do you know? Apart from you. But when you finish the page and do your finished pages at the end of the month, like, however it's come out, nobody's going to know I didn't plan it like that. Trouble is with me is I'm too honest, and I can't do that. I'd have to tell you, you know, I made a mistake. That was supposed to be yellow or pink or whatever. But it's good to know that everybody makes mistakes when you're learning to colour. It's very off-putting when you see somebody pick pencils up and they're just it's like they're perfect and they don't do anything wrong. So it's nice to know that every single one of us struggles and every single one of us makes mistakes. I'm liking this. Yeah, I think it's good. So are you ready for our Christmassy colouring marathons? I hope so. We've got lots of books to colouring. And I can't wait to start that little Joshua Dunbar book that the lovely Trudy sent me. There's some really cute, very easy pages in there that we can attack with alcohol markers and pencil and have a really fun Christmas time. Okay, so there's a lot of repetition in this bit of the page. Just trying to think how best to do it, because if I go off camera and do it, you've got the combinations, but will it be... So I'm going to carry on doing the darks around there. Right, if this is gold, we do those blue and gold. We can have... Lucy, just go in and do it. Right, let's gold. So let's do these plumes in gold. So let's pick out here, let's put in our darkest gold colour. Let's see, let's make that gold as well, right up in there. Okay. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Okay, next colour, mango. Let's bring that round. No, this isn't speed colouring. This is me trying to get the colours in before I change my mind and erase it all. Which, you know, is highly likely. Oh dear. Right, and then our light yellow in there. Okay, that's blue going to be all the way up there. Let's go back over and deepen up our gold. And our mango. Isn't he pretty? Yes. Gorgeous, gorgeous little birdie. Okay. And gold down here, I think, up here. So, if we do... Let's do it all in one. So let's bring that gold out. Then our mango. And then our light yellow. There. Okay, behind there, that little bit that I've left there can be the browns. So if we go in with mud, let's do the mud under the feathers. And tickle the page with it really lightly. We'll go in with our light mocha. We can leave it at that, I think. Just mud and light mocha there because it's dark and in between those feathers. A little bit of mud in there, look. And then that would make sense that that's gold. I'm just trying to work it out with you folks. If we make that all gold there, like we did that last section over that side, so it's all unified. There we go. What do you think to that, folks? I like it. We could introduce a third colour if we wanted to. I'll have to have a think about that. Let's... it's really hard to tell until I've done... I'm going to do that dark. Until I've finished these plumes off, it's hard to tell what I want where. We could, of course, put some like blue-green in if we wanted. He's a kingfisher, and they have such beautiful colours. We could introduce a third colour, but I'm just worried that it would be over the top and ruin it, because he's very bright as it is, isn't it? We could put some little we could put some little details in of like a blue-green. It might be quite nice. We'll see. He's certainly going to stand out on the page. He's certainly going to not be lost, is he? I really like him. I think he's stunning. Look. Gorgeous. Yeah. And we haven't even done the detailing yet. Like, we could come in here and do that with Posca, and it's just, yeah, it will look great. We've got some little stray annoying feather there. And I don't know what colour that's supposed to be. Oh dear. The trials of the colourist, folks. Especially if you are anxious or suffer with indecision, which clearly I do. No, I'm joking. It's all good fun. It's all good fun, people. Okay. Right. So we've got the first part of our bird done. Yeah, I like him. I think he looks really cool. Sorry, I was just checking to see if that's the little fella on his way. I've asked my son to text him when my husband fetches him. I'm going to move over for a minute. And we're going to look at these pine cones. I think. Oh God, I don't know. We could do a bit of the tree. These were the tree colours that I'd sorted, I think, rather than the... Yeah, let's do a bit of the tree. Okay, so I've got, in order from dark to light, I've got dark chocolate, tarantula, foxy brown, and then we're going to use the light mocha as well to do the tree. So let me get the dark chocolate. We're going to start with dark chocolate, and we are going to fill... Again, I'm ignoring the lines. I'm going to do my own thing. And it will only add to the detailing. It will only add to... What am I trying to say to you folks? It'll only add to the texture with the lines underneath. Okay, dark chocolate. We'll try this, see how it turns out. I'm going to fill that bit in as well. Dark chocolate. Right, next colour down is tarantula. Let's put a little bit of that in. We're going to fill it in around here as well. We can always use a bit of black as well if we want to really deepen things up. Going straight over those. Okay, next colour is foxy brown. Let's have a bit of foxy brown. See what I'm saying? These browns are very reddish, but it'll work well to give us the different colours of the wood. Let's come around here with this. Let's see. Alright, then let's put the light mocha on and see what happens. If we backtrack over that foxy brown, that'll tone that down a little. Sort of neutralise it a bit more. We'll come out to here. Right, now I want to avoid that getting too close to our woodpecker because we're using this as our lightest colour. So let's go back to foxy brown. And put that in. And then we can get darker as we come towards the edge of the tree. It will help us, it will help the tree to look like it's got that round shape rather than just being flat. Okay, what's the tarantula, isn't it? Let's have a bit of tarantula. So we're not using our darkest. streak some of that in. So I'm kind of making it up from darkest to lightest, and then a little bit of darker towards the edge. So it looks like that part of that tree is sort of, we've got a good, the knot in the tree, if you like. There we are. It'd help if I was more central. Where did we get to? We got to foxy brown on that side, didn't we? Or no, tarantula. Let's put a bit of foxy brown in here now. Bring that up. Okay. And then in with our light mocha. We can follow that down. And the more we sort of randomise the colours, the more wood-like it's going to look, isn't it? Okay, go back in with our dark chocolate. Excuse me. Fill that in. Dark chocolate, tarantula. Foxy brown. Bring that up. That foxy brown. Pretty colour, isn't it? Just sort of randomly drop those colours in. And you'll get a beautiful wood-like effect. Alright. What I am going to do, my lovely friends, is repeat that process here, and then have the dark coming into the light in the centre bit there. And here we've got a knot, so exactly the same down there. Exactly the same as we've done here. I'm going to do the rest of the tree. I'm going to go off and think about our beautiful woodpecker and see if I can come up with a third, maybe blue-green colour, which I think would look really good, which we can just sort of slot in certain places. And then that being my inspiration, this page, I know this is yellow-green, but we could have, you know, it just sort of, because we've got those, we've stuck to those 1, 2, 3, 4 colours. It just looks so beautiful. So I'm going to try that. Alright, my lovelies, I'm going to go off, finish the wood bark, and then I'll be back and we will finish our bird. See you in a sec. Right, so I've done the wood as I'm going to do at the moment. I am going to go over the detailing on all of this with a brown Posca, which is what I did with the birds in the other book, and it worked really well. So I have selected some blue-greens, and we're going to throw a little bit of this in, just to give us a little bit of diversity in the image. So, from lightest to darkest, as always, I've got Wizard from the Dragon set, Turquoise from the Scorpion set, Dragon Fizz from Dragon, and then we're going to use the gorgeous Sky again, which is neither blue or green. That's why I love it. So, we've got Dragon, which is very dark. I thought we'd attempt to do this little bit up here and see what happens. So, I'm going in with a bit of this dragon, and then we're going in with Turquoise, which is Scorpion, and then Dragon Fizz, and then over the whole thing with the beautiful Sky. And that's why I love it so much, I think, because it can be paired with greens or blues. And yeah, look at that. I think that's going to look beautiful. And I didn't bring you in, did I? So let's come in. There it is. So perhaps you can see it now. I'm going to do a little bit around his eye. I'm not going to use the... Yeah, no, let's use them all. So a little bit of Wizard at the top here. little bit of wizard. Then we're going to need the turquoise on either side of that. A little bit of turquoise. Then the beautiful dragon fizz. Okay, and then our sky. So he gets like a blue-green eye. Were you able to see that? Yes. Just. Must focus. I'm waiting for that text to say that the little fella's coming, so I don't want to get too distracted. I think we're going to do the blue-green feathers on his legs. So we're going with our dark. And then we'll go in with turquoise, which is a very similar colour. Just that tiny bit of green in that. There we go. And then dragon fizz. And then sky. I think just introducing that little bit of the green is really going to help there. We're going to have a row of green here, I think, so let's do that. So we'll make this bit like we did on the other side. Just make sure I've got them in the right order. Yeah. I just love what happens when you put the sky over it. It's so cool. Okay, right, now we've got our little swirly bits. How did we do those? We did the dark around the outside and we worked our way in, didn't we? So, if we do... Yeah, if we do the dark there, and then work our way into those colours. Quite a bit of that dragon fizz in, like that, and then our sky. Oh yeah, I'm glad we introduced that. I really am. I think that's going to really lift. Oh, I've done it wrong. Oh, damn it. Right, we're going to have to go with the flow on that one because I'm not going to be able to erase that out to put that sky in. So, we're changing up. I'm going with my darkest colour under here, which would probably make more sense anyway because they're under the other feathers. Here we go. But annoying nevertheless. Never mind. I'm distracted, like I said. So maybe I'll finish this up and then pick it up again tomorrow. I'm just conscious of I don't want too long to go in between each video. Here we go. Dragon fizz. I don't want too much of this green, I just wanted that a little bit of that contrast. Just to break things up a bit, and then we'll go back to our pattern of the blues and the gold. There. I think I got away with that being on the edge. So I think I was lucky there. Okay. Now we've got we've got 3 down here, haven't we? 3 feathers at the bottom, so we could have red or yellow. I reckon yellow, green, blue. I think yellow, green, blue, and then if we do blue, yellow. Yeah. Okay. I think I might have worked it out. Let's have this dark green in here, or the green colour in there. Sometimes you just have to go for it. There's our green combo. That, now what did I say? Yellow, green and blue. So if we put the green in the centre feather here, it's making my eyes go skew after trying to work out which is where one feather ends and one feather begins on those. And you look like he belongs. Like all those colours go together and were meant to be from the beginning. So I hope you're all well and you're looking forward to our Christmassy colour. Oh, I'm so sorry. There we are. Our Christmassy colour with me season. I love Christmas colouring. I'm feeling especially excited about Christmas this year because the little fella is just so exciting to be around at the moment, talking about Christmas, because he's of that age now. He's six, yeah, was 6 in August, and so Christmas means everything. Father Christmas and, you know, all that magic. So it's just so exciting. It's when your children have grown up and no longer believe in Father Christmas, the magic seems to disappear. Christmas for me is all about the children and Father Christmas and making it special, you know, Christmas cakes and games and family, and when the children grew up and didn't believe in Father Christmas anymore, I have to admit I was very flat at Christmas time. So to have the little fella around, and God willing, next Christmas a new bubba in the family. Yeah, it's very exciting, very exciting. I'm praying for a pink one. I've got a blue one. So I'm ordering a pink one from my younger son. That's the son and his wife that got married in June, wasn't it? Was it June or July? God, I'm terrible. June, I think, wasn't it, that they got married in Cyprus? So the baby will be with us in May. So next Christmas, not only will I have the little fella, but I'll have a new little bundle of joy, who'll be, what, around 7 months, will he be? She? Let's put the gold in there. Yeah, so Christmas this year is just... I'm very excited. Work have been amazing with my anxiety and going back to work. I went in for a visit and just a coffee early in the morning this week, and because I'm so anxious about going back. But the children were so pleased to see me. I can't tell you, the reaction I got from them was absolutely gold. That I was sat there when they came in for registration and they were so pleased to see me. I was expecting a little bit of hostility because I'd been away for a while, because these type of children that have been through these extreme events do experience rejection on a big scale, but they were absolutely thrilled to see me, and it made my going back is going to be a breeze. So my couple of hours a day at work is just gonna feel lovely. So now I have to work these out. So I think more gold, blue. Yeah, I think I should just do it. Yeah, I think. Now here we go. Do I do the swirls the same swirls as those, or do I do the swirls the same colour as the head feathers? Choices. You don't know. I don't know. Right, I think what I think I'm going to do is go in gold in here. Fill up this gap with gold. So our gold combo here, and this bit. I say gold because it's Aztec gold, not is our darkest colour, not because it's a gold coloration. It's a very yellow coloration, but yeah, so that's why I'm saying gold, because our lead colour or our dark colour is gold. So yeah, so I hope you're all very excited about what's coming and our colouring together, because I know I am. I'm really excited. Now I think if I do those blue, no, I can't, because if I do those blue, then the tails all got to be green. But would that be such a bad thing? Right, let's do them blue. Blue. So I'm going in with our darkest blue first, and I'm going to do that under those feathers. There we go. And our next blue, I think I'm going to do it sort of on an angle so that this bit is lighter. Like this. Okay. All right. More of that sky on these ones. Woohoo! It's lovely. Look how lovely it is. I really like it. So it's just to work out now. I think, yeah, I'm thinking we do those green and the, excuse me, and the two tail feathers blue. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, folks. It's happening. Here she goes. Right, the darkest green in. Next green down. How I'm going to edit this video. Now, so you might find that the colours just get put up once, the combination, and you'll write them down. Or I'm able to sort something out so they stay on the screen the whole time. I don't know. It just depends on space. Like, I don't want the words to cover up the colouring. Right, we're going to bring that wizard one. What colour is it? Well, Dragon Fizz, not wizard. Bring that up to that little curl at the top, and then put our sky on. Not Christmassy colours, but I did say it was a winter page, not a Christmassy page. So, and then we said, I said blue, didn't I? But that bit's blue, so that's a pain in the bum. Let's just do it, because I'm going to outline it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, blue. Let's do the dark blue here. Let's bring that down, and we can make the tip light where it meets the other blue. Let's bring that down like that. Okay, lots of dark, I think, here. And then the light blue will show up as we get towards the tip, for the contrast between the dark and the blue, light blue there. Okay, and get lighter. I love this colour. Forget Me Not, it's just so beautiful. Okay, make sure that we leave enough space for that sky. so we get the contrast between the dark and the blue, dark and the light here. Okay, and let's put the sky in. Oh, that's denim, I haven't put the sky in. There's sky. But it's okay, it's going to work. And I didn't do that here either. But it's okay, folks. I did say at the beginning that we could play with darks and lights, so that's what I've done. Okay, there we go. Apart from his feet, we've got one woodpecker complete. There he is. Isn't he gorgeous? So against this very black background, then we're going to have the earthy tones of the greens and the pine cones. We're going to outline him. We've got his beak and his feet to do, and then we're going to have some kind of snowy background, I think, or stars. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. What I am going to do is step away for now, because I'm getting distracted because I'm waiting for the text that my little fella's on his way. So I'm going to leave it for now, and then I'll come back to it tomorrow and get it up to you then. So it'll be Saturday when you get to see this. So I'm sorry it's taken a while. All right, I'll meet you back here in the morning. Right, folks, so it's now Sunday. I haven't done any more. The little fella's been and gone. We've had a lovely time, and he's left me with a cold. So what a joy. So thinking about this page while I've been away, it's not very wintry, so we're going to change that up as we go along, so you're going to have to bear with me. So I thought we'll look at the pine cones next, and then we'll come back to our bird. I'm going to use the same colours that we did for the tree, which was dark chocolate, tarantula, foxy brown and light mocha. So if I bring you in so we can have a look. Now normally I would do them individually, but their pieces are so tiny, so I'm not going to. I'm going to start with dark chocolate at the top, and I'm going to bring that down. Yeah, so I've got a plan to winter this page up a bit. I mean, the only thing that feels wintry about it is the pine cones. So yeah, so I'm gonna winter it up. I know I covered over it and there was snowflakes and things in the background, but we'll put our own back in. I've got a little stencil, and those of you that are any good at drawing, you'll be able to do it by yourself. I'm just rubbish at it. Okay, so that's our dark chocolate. Then we're going to go in with tarantula. Oops, hand spasm there. Yeah, so poor little fella arrived on Friday, and then had a really bad cold. Started very quickly. A cough, cold, temperature. Didn't want to eat much. And then went home to his daddy obviously yesterday, and then I woke up with it this morning. Sore throat, I mean really sore throat. And we're going in with Foxy Brown. Yeah, really sore throat, sneezing, all the joy of a winter cold. So I'm backtracking and going over all of that. And then we're going to go in, oh I need a little bit more of that, a little bit more Foxy Brown. And then we're going to go in with our light mocha. There we are. And what I'm going to do is we're going to have some snow flurries on this page, and we're going to have a bright star. It's going to look very pretty. Yeah, so yeah, yet again stepping away and then coming back, kind of, I was getting a bit concerned that it was almost felt a little summery and not wintry, my page. So it's the details we add in, folks, that make the difference. So I hope you're all well. That's the downside of winter. I do love a good Christmas colouring page and whatever, but the downside of winter is everybody gets poorly because we're stuck inside with heating on. And I did go for a visit back at school last week, and yes, there was plenty of students there when I went for my visit that were full of cold, so because I have a reduced immune system, there was no way I was going to escape it. so I'm just going to go back and fill those, make sure I get those edges. Make sure that top's dark. There we go. I think that's going to look really cool. Just going back through those colours. So you'll have to forgive me if I don't talk as much as I normally would. My throat is so sore. Okay. I can go back over that and deepen that up off camera. Now we're going to do the actual pine tree leaves, and I've got I don't know what they are because they're too stubby, so I will put them on screen. So I'm going to start with my darkest, which is Forest. I know that's Forest, and it's from the Cobra set. And I am going to randomly pick some bits that I want dark. Very, very simple to do. Then I'm going to go in with my next colour down, which is something green from the Monarch range, 058. They're all very well used, my Monarchs. I do love the Black Widow pencils. Okay, and then switch to, oh, this is, I think it's out just apple green from the Monarchs. It says apple. I'm going to put that in. There we go, and we can always go back with some darker if we want. Now, if I'd have got my Thule art ones in the you know, the Earth set that I got that I absolutely adore, if I'd have got those in the fine, I could have gone over this with those to put some more branches in. I have ordered I have ordered the fine set of those because the colours are just unbeatable. So I'm going in now with Tarantula, so it's not too dark. I'm going to put that centre bit in. Bring it out a little bit to some of those branches, like that. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's how I'm going to do the other pine cone and those branches. Now, we've got to do his beak and his little legs. So I've just got 3 colours for this. Now you might think it's a bit odd, but it really works. So I've got Storm Blue from the Monarch range, Dark Night from the Dragon set, and Grey Slate from the Monarch set. Let me just sharpen my blue. And I think he looks much more like a kingfisher than he does a woodpecker, but never mind. I like how the pages come out. So I'm going in with Storm Blue, and I'm going to run that down the centre of his beak and around there. Let that fade out a bit. Okay, then I'm going in with the Dark Night, which is a grey blue. Okay, and then finally Grey Slate. Okay, let's just deepen up that blue a little bit. Make sure it cuts into that grey slate. There we go. And we're going to do that on his legs too. So we're going to take the Storm Blue, our dark one, and that's going to run around the bottom of his foot. That way we get a nice contrast from the tree. So make sure we've got enough of the blue. and then we're going to be going over the detail with a paint pen on the tree and on him. Okay, and then a little bit of our palest colour. Okay, I want to run that into his claw, that pale colour. There we go. Alright, let's come out and, oh actually, let's stay focused in. So I have got a brown, it's just a brown, yeah, just brown Posca pen, and it's got this nib. It's the one with the clear clip, and I'm putting in the detail on the tree. So where the bark is, I'm going over that. Where the black lines are. I'm not going to do it all on camera with you because you'll be bored. Like this. And so all over the black on there and on our bird here. So I'm making sure I cover all these dots. And everywhere there's blue, I'm going to go over the black lines on that too. So I'm going over here. Like this. Bring out that detail. And I'm going to colour these in. Like that. And then on his head here, I'm going to turn the page round, bear with me. On his head here, I'm going to pick out this detail. And you're going to think, oh my god, what have you done? But when it's finished, it just looks so effective. And really pulls that blue out. Oh, now I've smudged it. Of course. What have I got? I can... Nothing. Yeah, go over with it. Pencil in a minute. That's what you get for rushing. Around the outside. There we go. Well, if you didn't have a dirty great smudge, which I'll go over in a minute. And so on his wings here, pick out those little, that little black detail. Like that. So I'm going to do all of those like that around his wing, or wings are. Do a bit of lint. Okay, up here. And then fill in that. You mean, of course, you don't have to do this, but I just like how it looks against that blue. And that wing, his tail. Okay, so let's come out and have a look. So, I'm going to go and finish off all the details that I've just shown you on here and the paint pen. And then I've got an Artex one, which is a dark brown. So any dark brown that you've got, it's this one. And it is, what number is it? Can't see. Oh, I don't know if it has numbers. These ones. I don't think they do. Oh, it does. It's a metallic one, but I'm going to pick out those dots in the really dark browns. If you've got a dark brown paint pen, just use that one to pick out the, you know, these little round dots here. And then when I finish that, we'll come back and we're going to add some winter to this page. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright guys, oh excuse me. Alright guys, here it is. So I've got this stencil which I brought from Amazon ages ago. If I can find it, I will link it. If not, just put in Star Stencil and they'll come up. That, you know, you get they're all over Amazon. So I have to do this bit first before I do the wintry background, because I'm going to have to fix that. So I'm going to take this one, I think, and I'm going to place my stencil here. I do have Pixie, the Pixie glue. It's specifically for stencils, if I can get it. Hang on. But because I've painted the background black, I'm not going to use it. It's this. Stick and Spray is specifically for stencils, to hold it down while you stipple or do whatever it is you're going to do. So I'm just taking a standard pencil and I'm going to draw that in. So if you're any good at drawing, you could probably do this yourself, but I lack in confidence enough to do this. So I'm going to put it in pencil. And then I can go in with my pen and put it in. So I'm going to pick another shape. So I think I'm going to have one up here. That's probably a bit big. Let's do this little one up here. Let's have that one. There we go. And that's really good because you can see those on camera, can't you? Yes, you can. And then let's have another one. Maybe have just maybe have another one of those down here. Perhaps have a little bigger one. It doesn't have to be straight either. I have one there, like that, and then let's leave it at that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my dual metallic hybrid pen. And I'm going to go over that, which is it's just in silver, and against this black it should look incredible when I fill those shapes in. And if it's not as shiny as I like, we can use some stickles. But look at that, gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to carefully draw my shape in. Look at that beautiful sparkly silver against this black, isn't that lovely? Just incredible. Okay. And then we've got this little one down here. I promise you it will look more wintry when we're finished. Let's fill that in. Now, if I need to go over this, I'll wait till it dries first and then redo it. But I think, hopefully, you can pick up that sparkle. Okay, let's leave that for a minute. So, if I just put that there for a second so it dries. What I've got here is a selection of pan pastels. If you don't have pan pastels, you could use anything you want. The reason I'm using pan pastels is I've got these tools. You can get the soft tools, they're called, but they're very expensive. These are like a budget version. They're on my wish list. If you go and have a look at my wish list and scroll down to the bottom, I didn't want to lose them, so I put them in my wish list so I can reorder them. And they come with a bunch of replacement sponges. I don't think they'll last as long as the soft tools, but these are like a third of the price. So I'm just turning it around so I've got a clean edge. And these colours aren't going to show, but any one of these colours, if you've got white, I have got white, but it's up on the side. I'm just going to pick like this cool green down the bottom. because it will just look white. So phthalo green tint. These ones probably would show up because they're lovely and opaque. But so if you don't have these, just a chalk pencil. Yeah, any other chalk. I just need to make sure that, yeah, we're dry. Okay, so I'm just going to take my little tool and I'm just going to, you don't need an awful lot. Okay, and the good thing about this is if I fluff it up, you can either erase it or you can go straight over the top with Posca. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some like snow flurries in, so that it looks like the wind's whipping up round them, and then we can put snowflakes in. So I'm probably going to start from around the back of him, and let's do a big snow swoosh. Look at that. Okay. Right, I'm not going to mess too much, I'm going to leave it. Then I'm going to put in another couple. Let's put like a flurry up here, and maybe a bit of a swoosh. And then, I know it doesn't look much now, you're like, oh my god, what is she doing to her page? But just bear with me. Okay, I think I don't want to overdo it. Maybe just one here, a little one, like that. Alright, that'll do. So, now I've done that, I'm going to take, gosh, my desk is such a mess, I'm going to have to tidy it up. White Posca, or any white pen you've got. And I'm going to follow these lines with little dots. Put some random bigger ones in. So I'm going to kind of follow the shape round with our snow. So it looks like a flurry of, like the wind's whipped up the snow and has took it off. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. And then when we put more snow in the background, hopefully it'll work. Let's just come in a bit closer. Gosh, you can really pick up on the lines from where I've coloured in with Posca because of the light. Okay, I'm going to do that with all of these. And then I think I'm probably going to splatter maybe, I don't know, or maybe just add snow by hand. What do you think, folks? It's going to look a bit odd until we get more snow on the page, but excuse me, if we just follow all these lines, and then I'm going to have to use a fixative, otherwise the pastel's just going to come off. Okay, follow this one. Okay, there we are. Right, I'm not going to go too overboard. So I'm going to take now my... got to try and find my fixative now. It's been a while since I've used it. Can she find it? No, she can't. Ever since I've moved my office, I can't find anything, folks. You know, I moved from the big room back into my little room. I can't find anything. Right, I've got windows wide open. I'm just going to put a page behind. And I'm just going to focus on my snow flurries. There we go. Now I'm going to have to risk that because it does have a tendency to push gel pen through, so I probably should have done the gel pen afterwards, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go off and let that dry naturally, and then we're going to come back and put some snowflakes in. Alright, my lovely friends, see you in a second. Okay, it's all dry and fixed. There's a couple more little details that I want to add in if I can find in my chaos. So on our pine cones at the top, I'm just going to use my fine Posca again, and I am going to put in some gathered snow. So I'm just going to dot a few bits about like that. Put it in randomly, just so it looks like it's gathering on the top of the pine cones. Put a few more in. Like that. Put some in here. There we go. Just so it looks like, yeah, it's gathered on those pine cones. Okay, so that's my fine end Posca, and then I've got a bigger one which is a 5mm nib, which looks like this, much more like a felt tip pen. Just going to make sure that's clean. It looks like the ends, yeah, it's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to put some bigger dots in, bigger snowfall. I'm not very good at making things look random. I think I'm too much of a sort of OCD type person, so I find it very difficult to randomise things. So by using different size nibs, it really helps. And it also takes away from that shininess of the page. Let me come back out of it. Oh, well, that happened by itself. There we go, and then we can take, this is a 1mm, so it should be fine, and put some of those in. We've got a very wintry scene all of a sudden, whereas we didn't have before. There. Now, we could always add stickle diamonds to our flurries so that it becomes even sparklier, but I'm going to leave the page as it is. I think I have a tendency to overwork things and spoil it. So I'm really pleased with how the background came out, and now it looks really wintry as opposed to just our woodpecker slash kingfisher. I've had a blast doing this page. I'm sorry it's taken a while to get it out to you, but I hope you've enjoyed it too. I love how it's turned out. And just to show you my concerns, hang on, I don't want to splatter anything, that sometimes the fixative will push things through. It didn't. And I think that's probably because I used a decent one, which was the, of course I can't find it now, here, Pentel Dual Metallic. I love this pen, just in silver. So, yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it. We have got not long now until the 1st of December, so I'm going to be frantically trying to finish this page that I've been working on in Creative Haven from the vintage Christmas windows, and then we're going to start Countdown to Christmas. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. I have ordered another little cheap, another cheap book. What one was it? Oh, my brain, I'm sorry folks, I'm not being very well, but you know what I'm like anyway. My brain is mush. I have no memory left whatsoever. Let me tell you, I will show you on the channel if my computer loads. It's very old and it's winding up slowly. Come on. Oh, orders. Would help if I press the right button. Yeah, so I ordered from Coco Wyo, Relaxing Christmas colouring book. And it's got Santa, holiday scenes, decorations, just nice, simple, lovely Christmassy scenes, just to help us. Yeah. Anyway, so I have ordered that, so I will show you on the channel when it comes. I'm looking forward to it arriving. So until, I'll let you go anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Until we meet again in the very near future, and it will be in the very near future, take really good care of yourselves, my friends, and I'll see you very soon. Night night.